Oh, Mindful Wednesday group, if you're there, say hello. Um, I I was here and then I had to go because I realized, first of all, the link wasn't right, and second of all, I had a really important call. So here we are, mindfully, um, just seeing what all happens with this whole thing. And I don't see anybody, but we'll wait. Apparently, I've sent the wrong link, so I'll get it figured out. I just have to have a little bit more practice, obviously. Practice is really important, and certainly mindfulness takes a lot of practice, even for seasoned old veterans like me. So I want you to know that the reason we show up is to practice together, and practicing together makes it, I think, in many ways more meaningful. And it also is really nice to connect with people and do something that is not related to a need of making money or trying to accomplish anything. We're really just allowing ourselves to be in common space together without any agenda. And that's, I think, a very noble and also important time of that we spend. And I think that intention has residual types of effects that kind of, if you will, ripple out into the greater world. Hello, sweetheart. My big old doggy here. She's coming on to 14 years old, so she's going to come and say hello. Hi, Papa. Come on. Come on. So, yeah. So, if you are out there and I don't see you, and if I've, made a blunder and lost you somehow, I'm very sorry. But this is all part of just the learning curve for me, and I thank you for being patient. And speaking of learning curves, the whole process of learning mindfulness and of being able to stretch the brain away from kind of very entrenched patterns of thinking, and just like a deer trail in the forest, it's worn itself down into a rut. So it's very hard actually to get out of those modes of thinking often. And what we are doing in mindfulness is we're kind of stretching the neuroplasticity of the brain to think in a different way, to think outside the box, maybe to observe ourselves thinking, and then to be able to even assess what our thoughts are predominantly. Because as we can identify things, and we don't need to be so identified with them. We can create some space and some distance. So that's really the beauty of mindfulness, and the reward is calmness and a sense of stability, and a sense that you are free from a lot of that churning mental garbage that tends to dominate our world, our landscape, honestly. So I hope that for those reasons and for many others, that you will join us today and other days every Wednesday here on this channel, Mindful Moments with Mary Jo. And I'll probably leave it at that for today, as we're coming on to 12:12 soon. And I think I'm going to have to do better at sending you the proper link. So for now, we'll just take a couple moments of silence before ending. Allow your exhale to relax your body. Receive your inhale with gratitude and with a sense of grace that you can manage that life force in the best way possible toward your highest good. Feeling that relaxation moving throughout your body as you exhale, each time perhaps just a little bit deeper in your tissue, not necessarily in the mechanism of the breath, but in the tissue, the invitation to release can be accumulative. Each time, a little more letting go. And then just bowing your chin toward your chest and stretching the back of your body, relaxing the facial muscles, softening the mouth into a gentle grin. And then when you're ready, coming back into the room and allowing yourself to still again. I see someone here. Ah, Carrie's here. Hi, Carrie. How's the sound? Okay. Well, that's great. So we'll just continue on. Um, I started a little bit, so I'll start again now that I see you here. And interestingly enough, today I was thinking about calmness and why a calm mind is so wonderful and how important it is. And it made me think of puppies, um, because puppies are anything but calm, unless they're passed right out because they've depleted themselves with all of their vivacious and their vibrant energy. And the mind is very similar to a puppy, and our mind is really busy a lot of the time. And sometimes we might have to, just tire ourselves out completely and detach from the mind. But I also think of the puppy in the sense that as a analogy, it really points us in the direction of really looking at how patient we have to be with the puppy, in terms of its energy and in terms of its, behavior, because it's not doing bad things. It's just doing things that a puppy does. And when we react to it, we throw some emotion or some story onto that thing, which is similar to what happens when our mind does its little story about this, that, or the other thing. And the mind, like the puppy, really doesn't know too much better. It's just kind of programmed, and much like the deer wearing the rut in the mountain path, it's pretty hard to bump out of that rut if it's already established in the normal kind of trajectory of the mind's way of thinking. And so, similar to the puppy, we really want to be patient with our mind and ourselves, and have that same kind of almost parently, grandparently like approach to the monkey brain, which is very puppyish. So let's do a little practice with that. So allow yourselves to come back again into a place of just calm presence. It doesn't need to be anything grandiose, but it wants to be something where you allow yourself to feel your body coming to rest. So just for a few moments of your day, possibly at this time, allowing the permission really toward the brain to say that it doesn't need to solve anything, that it can just relax and release. And you can augment or access that by allowing yourself to move into your breath, taking just a couple deep breaths that release on the exhale any tension. And as you do that release on your exhale, you can allow yourself to relax the breath, but continue to think about the exhale as your continual release of tension and even of thoughts that you don't need or that aren't really necessary right now. And you can just release them just like the exhale, down and out. And then allowing the sense that as you release your body on your exhale, you can soften the muscles on your face. You can soften the tissue inside your cheeks. We can soften even the outer corners of the eyes and the mouth. And it's nice to take just a little gentle grin at the corners of the mouth and really allow that to be something that moves not just on the surface, on the mouth, but right into your facial tissue. And then feel the energy of the grin, of that gentle smile. Perhaps maybe thinking of someone you love or something you love to do, and bring that sense of smile. Perhaps it's a newborn baby. They're pretty infectious. And just giving that smile right into the tissue of your body. And I find sometimes it's really interesting just to note where that goes right away. So for me, often it's my jaw, and I'll go right into my jaw and just feel that smile, releasing the jaw. And then it might be the outer corners of the eyes. And then that smile might just, in essence, move upward toward the brain, the skull line. And we would soften the brain just a little bit back from the hairline, from the skull. And all the while we're letting that little puppy kind of chew on its bone over there in the corner. Maybe it's thinking about this or that, and really it's fine. Whatever it likes to chew on is not necessarily important unless we decided that we wanted to investigate it. But in essence, it's really just one of those bones on the floor. For the puppy, that bone is no different than any other bone that it may pick up. And sometimes for us, a thought may have a story or an emotion. And we can recognize that. And in this moment, we can allow that kind, compassion, perspective of the grandparent to just go, no, puppy, we don't chew on that, or distract the puppy to something else, or even offer the puppy some connection, some acknowledgement. Oh, do you need attention? Oh, okay, I see you there, and I notice that you are this, and I notice that you are doing that. But without any emotion, ideally, or any necessity to go into any story that has emotion. Simply observing that kind, loving attention that we can offer the puppy and ourselves. and just allowing ourselves to feel like this is a place of attending. So just like the puppy, we wouldn't leave it alone over in the corner to do what it does, because we would probably end up with a wrecked house. And similarly to the mind, the emotions and the feelings, especially the feelings, really, the sensory body is really giving us information moment to moment. And that's important information. Sometimes the mind and the emotion information is not as important and not as relevant, and often it's not in the present moment. Always your sensory body, your feelings will be emo- in the moment. Absolutely. And so as we allow ourselves to just be in the middle of that triangle, just allowing that observance, that calm, grandparently like, even compassionate love, I would say, that we have for a little pup. And even tolerance would be something that I would add in, that we really could use in our lives, for ourselves, for each other. And so that calmness facilitates the virtue of tolerance. And when we're able to tolerate, we can also release and let go. And so ever so compassionately and kindly, we do this work and we cultivate presence by continually moving out of the trough that the deer have worn down over years. And we step into a new pathway that carves us a new way of being, that will feel a little bit maybe unfamiliar and not quite as easy to get to or access. However, over time, as we continue to practice, we build strength in that neuroplasticity. And so we can trust that, just like we can trust that little puppy is eventually going to learn how not to pee on the floor and how not to grab the shoes. We can trust ourselves. And I think trust in the life force, that's really important and often forgotten in the practice, where just really allowing that sense that, wow, my heart beats every day. I wake up and I'm breathing. My organs do their best to function. And so what are we worrying about? What are we fretting about? We can just trust and really perhaps even lean into that a little bit, and maybe even ask a bit for help or for guidance. So that life force intelligence really knows a lot more about how to, you know, fix the cut on the hand when you put a band-aid on it than we do. So really trusting in that great intelligence as we wind ourselves down from our practice toward just a gentle place of reflection. Using the exhale like a cumulative kind of bank account to each time that invitation of the exhale to relax can let go perhaps a bit of a deeper level of tension or stress or holding, so that we incrementally, gently let go. And I invite you to just go back and feel the tissue on your face, relaxed and soft. Feel the tissue and the insides of your cheeks, no tension, perhaps just a gentle impression or energy of a grin, perhaps smiling at that little puppy brain. And then remembering where you are in your room, feeling with your inner eye, knowing with your inner eye and your inner sense of self that right now in this moment you're safe. Ideally, you're comfortable and relaxed. And then again, just remembering the shape of your body, the place in the room you sit, before opening your eyes and coming back into the room that we're sharing together, which is our little YouTube room today. And I'd love to see if you can chat to me. Sounds good, no echo. Okay, awesome, Carrie. Thank you. And I'm curious, I'll ask you later, but I'll try and figure out the link because I have a feeling I might have been misguided in my idea of sending that other link out because it was probably last week's. So kudos to you for finding me here. And I will see you next week. And I hope you have a wonderful day. It was nice to practice with you. Thanks for showing up. Oh, there was 2 people. Somebody else showed up. Well, whoever was there. Oh. Yay. Okay, Kim. Good. I'm not sure, Kim and Carrie, but I'll probably ask you later what link you found me at because I have a feeling I might have sent the wrong link around. Thanks, Kim. Always nice to see you. And you too, Carrie. And I will see you both next week. And hopefully we'll be able to get the right setup for everybody else to join us. Okay, awesome, Kim. Thanks. You're the best. Okay, everybody, you take care. I'll leave you with a very lovely quote from my mother's teacher. And I just think that she's a little bit out there, but I think this is worth listening to. The word of the divine is only heard when silence pervades the mind. Even a mantra will not reign. When the breath is flowing gently, filling the cave of the heart, be ready to receive her divine word. And I think when we interpret that, we can just really allow for that sense that our intuition is really part of our immune system. It's part of our connection to that intelligence. And often it's really accessed through just a bit of quiet and calmness. So I'll leave you with that. Blessings, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Is there something going on? No, I'm just having a look at you. Lovely. Green yeah. This year. Yeah. It's lovely. Yeah, exactly. That is kind of my old. Yeah. I like this one. Yeah. It's a nice use of. Figure out what you can do on the opposite side. Yeah, it's a good use of space, I think. Yeah. Yeah. It is. We should have some that is shade. Yeah. Yeah, the lettuce likes the shade.
You need to go.
I know.
You want to do all those sets, I've got a couple more of those sets.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, 'cause these are the-
No, I don't need any more. I'll get. I got the opposite problem. Will my little green come back? Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking nice.
Yeah. Well, this year everything just really has been.
It's up and down like a year.
But I think they've liked it. I think they like the moisture. Yeah. I mean, definitely the cold letting. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I did some of them by seed, but I did end up.
I've still got my greenhouse set up inside.
Oh, do you? Yeah. Yeah.
Because I lost the plastic that was over here. So
Oh.
I just.
Oh. That works. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I tried it someday, I'm in the ground.
I was pretty stoked about those because I've been looking for scarlet runners for years. My mom used to grow them. Yeah, and they were hard to find, but this year I got some. Yes, and they're the only one I can eat. So.
Oh, is that the one you can eat?
Yeah.
I can eat those raw.
Me too. I actually only can eat them raw, but.
And also, if you forget about when you think about them,
Yeah. 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 Well, don't envy, just go ahead and do it. All right. Hey, Kate. Hello.